seconds. Great, well, I'm just gonna have to.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy theater, everyone.
Good evening, folks. How are y'all doing tonight? Give me a good round of applause. See how we're doing? All right. Well, tonight, our story begins in 1937 in a big city. This city is neither New York, Chicago, St. Louis, or San Francisco. It is a fictitious city, and all the characters are fictitious. Any resemblance of name or place is purely coincidental. But the people in this city are the same as people in every large city. They are real, live, vital human beings with the inevitable problems of life, happiness, and scientific anomalies. We begin this story in a dimly lit? Who is a dimly lit? In a dimly lit room of a second-story building where a world-weary private eye and a spunky reporter are dealing with a rather unusual client. Spade, our apathetic private detective with a dry sense of humor, stands looking out the window, contemplating the dark storm rippling down against the neon signs. Excellent. This rain...
That's me, isn't it?
Oh, it is you. I won't read your line.
You can if you want. This rain, it washes the city clean, gives it a fresh face. But underneath it all, the grime, the secrets, they're still there. Just hidden away, waiting for the sun to dry up the pretense and lay them bare once more. Funny thing about rain, it promises a new start, but all it really does is postpone the inevitable. Just like this mystery we've stumbled onto.
Our spunky reporter, Morgan, who will do anything to get in the story, sulks deeper in the tattered couch.
You're such a romantic, Spade, but there's no time for poetry. We got a so-called time traveler waiting in the next room, spouting stories about a future with wireless phones and pocket-sized cinemas. Madness, I tell ya.
Morgan and Spade's unusual client steps through the door.
Okay, let's try this again. And no slamming any doors this time. My name is Gia, and I am here to save the future. Save the world. Yeah, I'm here to save the world. No, technically, all of time and space. I am a time custodian, and yes, you heard that correctly, I am a revered time custodian.
This backstory was complete and total BS. There is no such thing as time custodians, and knowing Gia's true background is completely irrelevant to this story. Just like knowing about a dog landing on the moon.
Everything you told us sounds like a tall tale.
No, it's not a tale. Look, I'm here on a mission. There's an anomaly, if you will, causing ripples across time and space.
An anomaly?
Yes, that's right. And it appears to be originating from this time, this city.
What proof you got?
Well, let me ask you this. What is the name of this town?
The name of this town?
Yes, what is the name of this city that we are currently located in?
It's not New York.
Nor Chicago.
Pretty sure we're not in St. Louis or San Francisco.
Ah, can't remember, can you?
Okay, you got us. What do you need?
A strange noise disrupts our hero's conversation. They turn to the window.
Well, I've seen some things in my time, but this takes the cake. cats and dogs actually raining from the sky? I've used that phrase a million times, but I never thought I'd see the day it came true.
Well, I guess I'll need a bigger umbrella and perhaps a pooper scooper too.
This is weirder than the time my old fishing buddy, a small child I would kiss the wrong before putting them on a hook for, as a small child I would kiss the worm before putting them on the hook for fishing.
See, this weirdness is only going to get weirder. Now, I came to you two because I figured you could help me pinpoint the source. Surely a reporter in a private eye would know the heart of this city.
This city is a melting pot of oddities, Gia. But if I were to pin a start to this weirdness, I'd say the start of the theater. I'd say start of the theater district. It's always bursting with unusual events and artists.
That's a solid bet, Spade. The theaters, the nightclubs, the artist lofts, they've always been a hotbed for the extraordinary. Why, just earlier today, I heard there were a bunch of people dressed in monster costumes running down the street.
Then that's where we'll go. To the theater district. Let's hope we're not too late to stop the anomaly.
As our intrepid trio leave the office, we bring down the curtain for a brief intermission on the scientist who sought to connect worlds, starring Nicholas Bartel. Stella Karadzalis, Kelsey Moran, Palas, and Jack Patchell, in a show produced by Dennis Spielman and Lisa Kellerkamp. Now, a word from our sponsors. Quite a problem has been presented in our episode with the mysterious anomaly, and if I were asked to solve that problem, I would have a hard time. But were I asked to solve the problem of somebody who wishes to make their task of doing the laundry smoother and happier, and who wishes to have their clothes come out cleaner and whiter, I would find it very simple. In wash tub or in a washing machine, there is one soap that will give you complete satisfaction. The new 1937 Rinso, the soap that does away with scrubbing and boiling.
Down, you monster!
The soap that gives fully
Oh no, it's the same sound!
25% more than ordinary soaps. Suds that are lively, frisky, and full of fight. Suds that move like a trained army. That surround and attack grime and dirt, forcing it to surrender. Suds that never give up until they've made your clothes at least 5 times whiter and brighter. And with it all, suds that are so gentle they won't harm the colors of your daintiest washable cotton prints. If you want this little army of cleanliness to work for you, try Rinso. Order the big green and yellow box from your grocer. You'll be amazed, delighted, and thrilled. Now, back to our program. This mic's getting frisky. Our trio strolled through the theater district, the neon signs casting a kaleidoscope of colors onto the bustling streets. The city had an air of vivacity and ambition, with jazz music drifting from a nearby speakeasy and the aroma of freshly baked bread wafting from a nearby bakery.
Wow, this district sure has a lot of traffic.
What? This place like in the future?
Well, it depends on the year. I haven't explored every year of this city, but, you know, some parts are cleaner and others dirtier.
Huh. I would have expected everything to be dirtier.
Nope, things do get better. It takes time, but things really do get better. Though I would skip 2020.
As they continued to walk, they passed by a quaint art gallery with paintings depicting futuristic cityscapes and sculptures that defied gravity. Morgan, always in pursuit of a good story, couldn't help but be drawn to the art.
Oh, look at it, Gia. It seems like this artist imagined what our city might look like in the future.
They are totally incorrect, but I'll give them points for imagination.
Speaking of the future, Gia, you ever worry about messing up the timeline or causing a paradox by being here?
Oh, I'm always careful not to interfere too much. The timeline has a way of correcting itself. Besides, I'm here on a mission to ensure that certain events unfold as they should.
Dun dun dun!
The trio continues their journey through the theater district, their footsteps echoing off the pavement as they approach a peculiar establishment at the corner of the block. The exterior of the building stands in stark contrast to the lively and vibrant surroundings, its facade shrouded in shadows, as if trying to conceal the mysteries that lay within. Above the entrance, a weathered wooden sign creaks in the gentle breeze, its fading letters fading out the sound, the Max Museum. As they approached the entrance, they couldn't help but notice the figure standing in the doorway. The curator's clothing seemed to belong to a bygone era, with a top hat perched precariously atop their head and a long, flowing black coat that billowed around like a shroud. Their eyes, hidden behind dark, round sunglasses, held a glint of mysterious knowledge, and their gnarled, skeletal hand clutched a tarnished silver cane with a skull-shaped handle.
Visitors! Welcome, welcome! You simply must be here and see my exhibition.
Oh, what's it about?
It's a marvel. A collection of wax figures, each a famous monster from folklore and fiction.
Monster wax figures. I think we've already got enough weird on our plate today.
Oh, but these aren't just monsters. Each one tells a story, a tale of fear and fascination. And who knows, they might be more real than you think.
I think we'll pass.
Wait. This could be related to our problem.
All right, let's have a look.
Splendid. Splendid, follow me. Follow me and prepare to be amazed.
Our trio follows the curator into the museum, hoping this stranger would lead them one step closer to the anomaly. The curator leads them into the main lobby, where our trio finds themselves surrounded by a menagerie of monsters, giving the space a twisted feeling of horror. And each figure more frightening than the last. Each monster stands on a raised platform covered in bright lights, but our ever-intuitive reporter gets an uncanny feeling. They don't seem as inanimate as they should be.
Here. Here we have the griffin. Yes. Thank you. The werewolf. Oh, and of course, the formidable man-bat. Not Batman, man-bat. Yes, that's very important. Let's see, perfectly crafted to strike terror in the hearts of men. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, they're a sight to behold, all right.
It's fascinating how lifelike they are.
This reminds me of the time I did a story about, it's coming to me, I did a story about my brother and cousin accidentally setting fire to a hay bale.
I fail to see the connection.
Anyway, I now welcome you to explore on your own.
As the curator returns back outside to entice more visitors, the group takes a gander of the ghastly slights. Morgan takes a moment to study the werewolf wax figure.
Strange. I don't understand how they made this thing. It doesn't even look like wax. Where are the information plaques? This exhibition feels a bit like put together at the last minute. Ugh.
As Morgan continues to study the display, the werewolf wax figure suddenly speaks.
You! We need your help!
Did you just talk?
Yes! We're not wax figures. The curator trapped us here. We need to get free.
Wait here. Let me go get my friends.
Well, it's not like I can go anywhere anyway.
Morgan catches up to Gia and Spade.
Hey, there's a werewolf. Just talked, okay? Says they're trapped here by the curator.
Now we've got talking wax figures. What's next?
Well, it's not entirely impossible. We're dealing with an anomaly, remember? Anomalies can bend reality.
Right. I'll add rescue talking wax monsters to our to-do list.
Hey.
Just another day in the life, eh?
Ben.
Bet?
Never mind.
As Gia and Spade approach the werewolf figure, the creature gazes at them with sad, golden eyes. The room goes quiet, the air heavy with anticipation.
Okay.
That's on you.
Tell us what happened.
You see, I'm not from this world. I'm an actor. A good one. Always receiving the best reviews. Anyway, I was the lead in this play, Moonlight Sonata. The climax had this prop moon, a glorious thing, rising on a rope.
And that thing turned you into a werewolf?
What? No, I've always been a werewolf.
Always.
Yes, I'm rather normal where I come from.
Where do you come from? Which planet?
Lunar House.
Luna Howl? I've been there. There was this one time that I discovered an alleyway of arcade games. Anyway, carry on.
Anyway, the prop somehow, when it rose, a tear in the universe opened up, and the entire production team and audience were all sucked here to this unfamiliar city.
But how did you end up here as a wax figure?
As you can imagine, I was in an absolute state. I started trying to run down the street, trying to find some way to get home when this person appeared. They said they could help. I followed them here, and they asked me to stand on this platform. Next thing I know, I'm frozen, like a statue. It's a similar story with everyone else trapped here. However, just recently, I regained my ability to talk and make small gestures and use it to talk to you.
And you need our help to break free and get home.
Yes! We all do. We're not monsters, just victims of circumstance. Can you help us? Oh, there's this now. Okay. That says help. Yes, I believe that place was a theater of some sort. There's more. The seats and walls were purple, and there were wooden statues of some kind of bird on the pillars.
That sounds like the Nightingale Theater.
That settles it then. We need to get to the Nightingale Theater. That must be the source of this anomaly.
They turn to leave, but are stopped by a figure standing by the exit.
Going somewhere?
The curator holds up a weapon not of this world, a freeze ray gun. Our heroes are in a bind. With the exit blocked and the clock ticking, how will they free the trapped performers and stop this anomaly? Find out after this commercial break.
Clap! Thank you.
Folks, I encourage you to step up to the most marvelous coffee shop in the whole world, Yellow Dog Coffee. At Yellow Dog Coffee, they serve the finest brews and delicious treats, perfect for a pick-me-up or a cozy gathering with friends.
Say, hold on. Excuse me. Say, this coffee is the bee's knees. I can't get enough.
And these pastries are simply scrumptious.
But wait, there's more. Yellow Dog Coffee offers a futuristic service that will have you howling with delight. It's called Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? What in the world is that?
Wi-Fi? Why, it's an invisible signal that connects your devices to the World Wide Web. Just imagine sitting at Yellow Dog Coffee, sipping on a steaming cup of joe, while catching up on the latest news and gossip.
Huh, that sounds like a real hoot. I can't wait to try.
So come on down to Yellow Dog Coffee, where a cup of the future awaits you. We'll have your taste buds dancing and your devices humming.
Yellow Dog Coffee, a cup of the future. Come and taste what tomorrow brings.
Now, we return to the heroes of our story, as they face off with the museum curator who holds a freeze ray gun from the future. But worry not, audience. Our spunky reporter has a plan as they point to a large mirror behind the curator.
Look out!
Oh, what page are we on? 16.
In a panic, the curator fires the freeze gun at a mirror, reflecting the beam back to them, just like that. And the curator, from there on, has been curated.
Good thinking, Morgan.
Thanks. I want all of us to be a part of his collection. Now, what are we gonna do about freeing the monsters?
We need to fix the anomaly first. Once that's fixed, we'll come back for them and get them home. Besides, we can't have them wandering around messing up the timeline.
But what about this curator?
Ah, leave them. I'm sure they won't cause any more trouble for us. Come on, let's get to the theater. Boop.
Morgan quickly fills the werewolf on the details of their plan. Our heroes step out into the building, the night still gripping the city as Morgan leads the way. Spade pauses for a moment to look up at the moon. Tonight, the moon felt bigger and brighter than normal, like the universe was no longer confined to the Milky Way. The detective stood lost in wonder for a moment until...
Aha!
What was that?
What was what?
That.
Run! The trio take off running down from the gaggle of geese, flooding the streets like a tidal wave of feathers in a pillow fight.
Is it just me, or does some of these geese have more than one head?
You're right.
It's like a science experiment gone wrong. It's like that one time. That time we killed JFK and framed Lee Harvey Oswald.
I don't see how that's related.
I think I see the connection.
Quick, follow me! Gaia and Spade make a sharp and sudden turn into the dimly lit alley, while Morgan, distracted by the geese, keeps running forward. Gia and Spade stop running, catching their breath as the sounds of honking fade away. Spade's jaw drops as the detective's face grows paler with pain.
No. Not this, Allie.
What do you mean?
This is where the love of my life was murdered.
Spade takes a deep breath, ready to go on a long, dramatic monologue when a nearly forgotten voice calls out.
Spade. Spade.
Sweetheart?
Yes, Spade. It is me.
Come on, Spade, this isn't real.
It's not real.
Spade. Please, stay with me.
This is a trick of the Anomaly. We must be getting close.
Are you telling me that this anomaly can bring back my beloved?
Spade, look. That's not your sweetheart.
It could be.
No, Spade, this isn't...
How would you know?
I'm sure your sweetheart didn't have massive claws.
Oh my God!
Spade, stay with me.
You're not my sweetheart!
The apparition melts. The apparition. The apparition melts into the pavement. Upon hearing Spade's conviction, leaving only a painful scar on the detective's heart.
Come on now. We must be getting close.
Leave me.
What? But we're so close.
You don't need me.
Oh, come on. Of course we do.
No, I'm just a washed-up detective. I haven't detected anything for you today.
Morgan, will you talk some sense into your... Morgan? Morgan!
Where is Morgan?
Oh, we must have gotten separated.
We've got to find Morgan. I can't leave Morgan out there alone. Not again.
Again? What do you mean?
Well, it's a long and dark story.
No. We don't have time. Look, I have a way to find Morgan, so let's just get going and clean up this mess.
Meanwhile, we find our reporter escaping into an unfamiliar alley as the stampede of geese continue on their rampage. Morgan looks for the others, but soon afterwards accepts the fact that they were separated. Morgan steps into the first and only open establishment, the back alley lounge. Intimate would be a polite word. Probably too polite, excuse me, to describe the packed venue. People of all walks of life sit silently in the candlelit venue as the spotlight roams the audience. On a makeshift stage, an extravagantly dressed person stands tall, like a general leading an army. This MC points their finger out towards the audience, asking for a show of hands for a volunteer to read the next poem by the mysterious GBT. GBT Spillman.
In New York, so fast and ample resides the city of the Big Apple. Yet finding good doctors can be a battle. But when I stabbed myself with a fork so brittle, I found myself in a chapel's holy shackle, hid behind a longer and unexpected riddle. Now forks off the menu, my new health principle.
Excuse me!
Morgan, you're all right.
Yes, I am, but how did you find me?
Oh, I put a tracker on you earlier.
Oh, what?
I mean, Spade totally detected and found you like a detective does. Anyways, do you know how to get to the theater from here?
Yes! Follow me!
Going 3 blocks north and 2 blocks west, our heroes make their way to the Nightingale Theater without further incident. The walk was pleasant, but not as amazing as Norman's second Friday art walk presented by our sponsors, the Norman Art Council. We now take you live to our 2 customers from Yellow Dog Coffee who are enjoying the art walk.
Wait! I was just at Yellow Dog Coffee! How did I get to this city? I'm scared. Me too! What's that they're holding? That must be one of those Wi-Fi devices. But how are we here when nobody's? Do you think we're dead? Maybe the world is fake. So fake. I mean, this art walk is pretty swell. I wonder what we whisked off to next. Maybe this is the last time we'll see each other.
Dun, dun,
Oh, great.
Come join the free celebration of arts and creativity, held monthly starting at 6 p.m. in the Walker Arts District of downtown Norman. I promise you will have a swell time. And now, back to our program. The Nightingale Theater is decked out in banners advertising the inaugural City Science Expo, but now they hang limply. Their vibrant colors faded and their edges tattered. They flap weakly in the night, like wounded birds struggling to stay aloft. As they make their way towards the entrance, the evidence grew that something out of the ordinary had taken place. The theater's exterior, usually bathed in radiant light, only now displays a muted, somber glow from a few surviving bulbs. The red velvet ropes that normally lay cordoned off cover the entrance, lay strewn haphazardly around the pavement. A stark contrast to the orderly lines that would have formed in anticipation of the evening's entertainment.
It looks like in the midst of grand aspirations and scientific wonder, the forces of nature and time have asserted their presence, leaving behind a haunting, melancholic beauty.
Yeah, this place has seen better days.
This is no worse than the time that as we lay on the grass outside the engineering building, he pointed. Do clouds ever look down on us and say, that one looks like... a hippo.
That sounds awful.
Shall we go inside?
Might as well.
You two don't have to go inside. I can handle this all by myself.
What, I missed out on the story of a lifetime? No way.
There could be people inside in need of help. More hands will make for faster work.
All right, let's do this.
As our trio enters the Nightingale Theater, they are met with a scene of chaotic disarray, a stark contrast to the theater's usual air of grace and sophistication. The once opulent interior now bears the scars of a science expo gone terribly wrong. The spacious, ornate lobby is strewn with debris, shattered glass, and toppled exhibits. Broken display cases and twisted metal frames lay scattered like fallen soldiers on a battlefield. The grand chandeliers, which once bathed the room in a warm, golden glow, now hung askew, casting eerie, elongated shadows on the wreckage below. The air is thick with the acrid smell of burnt wires and smoldering debris.
I've covered a lot of stories, but this is something like out of a nightmare.
At least we're not finding any dead bodies.
I'm not sure that's a good or bad thing.
I can't make out what went wrong here. The wreckage I'm seeing appears to be from this era and this planet.
Maybe this is just a lobby. Maybe the source of the problem is on stage.
Lead the way.
The trio inches deeper into the theater, navigating through the shattered remnants of a promising scientific future as they seek answers in the midst of the chaotic present. The once magnificent stage, known for hosting grand performances and dramatic spectacles, is now a tableau of chaos and frenetic energy. At the center stands Dr. Amelia Weisencraft, a world-renowned inventor and the Expo's guest of honor. Her lab coat is scorched and her hair disheveled, but her determination burns brightly in her eyes as she feverishly operates a control panel. Surrounded by strange creatures, seemingly from other worlds, all bewildered and disoriented.
Hey! Hey, you there!
Amelia looks up at the new visitors.
Why are you here? It's not safe! You should leave! But we're here to help. Oh, so you know how to recalibrate a quantum phase modulator? Would you start by isolating the graviton fluctuations or addressing the harmonic resonance destabilization of the wormhole matrix? Oh, well, obviously I'd isolate the graviton fluctuations first. That's transportation 101, right? But then I need to address the harmonic resonance destabilization before it spirals into a transdimensional vortex of cosmic chaos. Just another day at the quantum office, really. Impressive.
Could you start by telling us what happened?
Well, you see, this invention is a prototype for an interplanetary teleportation device. We have conducted countless tests successfully, moving objects from one end of the lab to the other with ease. But when I brought this machine onto the stage for a demonstration, something happened. The other machines at the expo went haywire, like one started to pop out mutant geese. And this wormhole opened up with an outpouring of aliens. I got that portal closed, but I haven't been able to set all things right. And all I wanted to do was connect worlds, but look what happened! Well, let's take a look under the hood.
Gia opens the control panel and starts searching for the source of the problem.
How long do you think this will take, Morgan?
She is a strange one. I wouldn't be surprised if the machine is fixed as quick as a hiccup.
Wait a moment, Amelia. Earlier you said we. Where are your partners?
Oh, they couldn't make it. They were instrumental in getting me this equipment to test my theory. Sadly, we only have enough funds for one of us to come to this expo, so they offered to stay behind. However, they connected me with the City Wax Museum so I would have a place to stay. I can't exactly store this machine in a hotel room. The curator is a strange person, but they were a big supporter of the scientific exploration.
Oh, have I a story to tell you about the curator after all this is sorted?
I think I spotted the problem. Amelia, go turn on the power. I want to test a theory.
Not so fast!
What is the meaning of this, curator?
Your partner warned me you might be the problem. I'm here to make sure you don't take away my menagerie of monsters.
How did you escape?
The effects of the freeze ray gun are only temporary. But they'll last long enough for me to destroy that machine and prevent you from returning things to normal.
The curator starts blasting at our heroes.
Come out, wherever you are.
With an audacious leap, Spade emerges from behind a pile of wreckage, their trench coat billowing dramatically, and launches themselves at the museum curator. In a whirlwind of fist and fury, they grapple, seizing control of the freeze gun, which then clatters to the ground. Morgan seizes the opportunity and grabs the weapon. Spade lets go of the curator as Morgan pulls the trigger.
Pew, 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 pew!
Not again! Ah, I found the problem.
Gia rips out a black cube from the machine.
Turn on the machine now.
Amelia flips the switch, and the machine roars back to life. In a flash of blinding white light, it rips open the entire city. A wormhole of iridescent colors swirls above the stage. The mutant geese bust into the room, and they are sucked into the anomaly. Then the creatures from the other planets follow. And finally, everything else not from this world is pulled back into the anomaly, like lost souls returning to the cosmic tapestry from whence they came. In one last explosive flash of light, the portal snaps closed and reality snaps back to normal. A sense of calmness fills the stage.
The theater. It looks like nothing happened.
Gia holds up the black cube for everyone to see.
The machine was sabotaged with this device, which created the anomaly. Without this receiving power, reality reset itself back to before. I also suspect you'll all forget about this evening very soon.
What? This will be the story of the century. I have notes.
That you won't remember writing.
Oh?
By the way, Amelia, who was your partner? Her name was... I can't remember. Quickly, what do they usually wear? Can you picture them? I can't recall. I was afraid of that.
With everyone distracted by the expo, Gia uses the opportunity to slip away, leaving behind an ordinary world that had, for a moment, tasted the extraordinary. As for Spade and Morgan, they find their lives a little less ordinary, a little more extraordinary.
Hey! I remember the name of our city. We're in...
And that's our show, folks. Thank you for coming. We would like to thank the Norman Arts Council for supporting this project, and to Yellow Dog Coffee for the amazing space. And until the next adventure, dear listeners, thank you and good night.